Sick of men running everything? Want a matriarchal haven that will outlive your first player character? Well, today we're setting things right in my first guide to forming a matriarchal realm as fast as possible within achievement limits. For this first guide, we're starting at the first start date, 867 Ireland. Now, the number of soldiers each Irish ruler gets is random in each run, but I recommend starting as Meath. It's got 2 counties, and when the time is right, you can form a convenient Brifna sandwich. Create your own female ruler, 16 years old for max customization points, and make her a badass with a 4-star martial education and a zealous trait. Steer clear of sinful options and give her at least 1 virtuous trait. The rest is up to you. Forgiving, compassionate, or generous all work, just as long as you have a good spy master, but I went with temperate for that extra health boost. She'll need it for the injuries that come from the battlefield. Now, there are a lot of directions you could take a martial ruler, but I'm trying to get you across the finish line fast, so go to other traits and give her the aggressive attacker commander trait as well. See, Ireland is mostly comprised of terrain that gives defenders advantage. It's very possible to get your larger armies dashed to pieces against smaller defenders who do not look like they should be able to do that. Aggressive attacker inflicts a 10% increase to casualties against your opponents. Give her at least 21 martial and 16 prowess. Both combined make her a formidable commander. Disperse your remaining points as you see fit, but don't zero out your intrigue stat. For achievements, you will want to keep it under 400 points. If you want a little extra help, that's between you and Ireland, but for our run here, we're gonna keep it to 400. Once she's armed and dangerous, start your game, and choose the strategy focus under the martial lifestyle. You'll be traveling down the strategist tree. Next, find your weakest neighbor. Now, this is the point in most runs where you might be searching for a good marriage, but hold on. No sense getting locked into a weak alliance when you're going to be the Queen of Ireland in a few short years. For now, we'll be using the Bastard strategy, the classic CK3 maneuver of making your character commit infidelity to secure backup children instead. So, find a male character with a high opinion of yours and compatible sexuality and start a seduce scheme. Either run the scheme right away or hold off, but either way, launch your first war before unpausing. From there, your job is to lead your armies personally, build up your commander score, and take over your neighbors one by one. You should increase your men-at-arms if you need more to outnumber your weakest opponent, and don't forget to check out their alliances before you attack. When you win, make sure to ransom your captives before you enforce demands. Otherwise, you miss out on free gold. But if you've captured, for example, an heir, make sure you're fine with the hit to your war score that comes with losing them as captives. All that gold means you can afford the duchies you'll need for the kingdom title and or emergency mercenaries without breaking a sweat. That said, don't form the kingdom until you've got at least 175 gold, plus at least another 50 to cover the cost of the crown you'll need for your coronation, if you have that DLC. Not to mention, the ceremony costs money too. Now, as you're making your way through the island, you'll want to save Ivar the Boneless and his thousands of special soldiers for last, unless there is an early or easy opportunity to attack. As you can see, he made himself even more of a problem by allying King Bjorn of Sweden, which he usually does. In fact, as soon as Bjorn is in bad health, I'm just gonna pin him and wait for him and that alliance to expire. As you can see, Alba is trying to target me in a subjugation war. In your run, it could be Alba or it could be a random northern invasion. Either way, they'll probably have more units than you. But stay calm and resist the urge to rush into a weak alliance for protection. Just plant your feet, up your men-at-arms, and take advantage of that terrain bonus for defenders I mentioned earlier. Don't go chasing the enemy armies. Just meet them when they disembark or when they come over through the North Sea and take advantage of those penalties. Well, after all that, I have more than enough gold, so let's form that kingdom. Hold court, commission the crown, and hold a coronation if you have that DLC. After that, use wars or vassalization offers to fill out the island. Now that you're queen, better alliances are open to you and your children, but there's one more edge you can give yourself by taking the Desirable Match Legacy perk, which increases marriage acceptance by 30. When you're marrying these kids off, any male player heir you have is a red herring, so use boys to secure alliances. These are your pawns, your bargaining chips. And the best part is that patrilineal marriages are the norm, so no one will fight you the way they would if you proposed matrilineal marriages, and you can keep the offspring in your family more often than not. Plus, it opens up your chances for intrigue plots, but more on that in a future video. As you can see, I snagged alliances with Alba, who is just attacking me, and Petty King Alfred of Wessex, who becomes the King of England later in most runs. Now, in this area, there is always the option of allying with one of the Karling rulers. They're powerful at game start, and they will take you up on it, but you have to know what you're getting into. This dynasty is a dumpster fire of infighting, intrigue, and power struggles, the remains of Charlemagne's empire eating itself. They'll all be too busy fighting each other to help you in your wars, and they're likely to call you into their messes constantly. I said no thanks on this run, because I don't need that kind of toxicity in my life. Once you're down the strategist tree, switch immediately to the theologian lifestyle focus under learning. This is our path to the matriarchal government we want, and it starts with working your way down the left branch, the prophet perk, which cuts the piety cost of creating a new faith in half. At this point, pilgrimages are your new warfare. Go on as many pilgrimages as possible to rack up piety. Make sure to select the altruism intent and the humble pomp setting for maximum piety. Rinse and repeat to earn enough piety to reform the insular faith as you see fit. Don't skip out on other events though, especially coronations. During my run, I went to Alfred's and got this event that let me get into a religious debate with Hasting. Winning the debate gave me piety, and the guy actually converted to Insularism on the spot. Once you've got the prophet perk, it's time to reform. Click Create a New Christian Faith and give your new faith a female-dominated view on gender. I recommend either righteous or fundamentalist religious attitude because of their staying power. The rest is up to you. Just make sure you retain the right tenant and the spiritual head of faith. You'll need both to stay on the Pope's good side. The more you deviate from insularism, the more the new faith will cost, but you should be able to do pretty much anything you want. Well, mostly. Under the old faith tolerance, it will say that your old faith considers you hostile, but that's just a bug. They'll only consider you astray. As soon as you create it, your oldest legitimate daughter will become your player heir, so make sure you've been raising her. Congratulations! You've come a long way in creating your righteously matriarchal realm, but you're still not done. Your immediate family will mostly convert along with you, but not everyone will see the light, so get started on those conversion requests, get your archbishop started on converting counties to your new faith, and start thinking about which of these godly women in your court would make good vassals. To change your succession laws from female preference to female only, you need to raise your tribal authority to limited, and get all your powerful vassals to have a positive opinion of you. Gifts, sway schemes, whatever it takes. Depending on your situation, this could be easy or it could take some doing. Then just pay a small prestige fee and you can pass it. Now, I could stop the video right here, I suppose, but you need to safeguard your matriarchy against any religious upheaval, forced conversions, or crusades that might target you. For that, you'll need to reform your culture with the matriarchal tradition. Which means it's time to hop lifestyles again. Switch to diplomacy and select your majesty focus, the one that will help you rack up prestige. Now start finding Irish women in your court and grant them titles. Once you've got 5, the cost of matriarchal tradition drops from 7,000 to 4,000, but they need to be Irish. So sorry to any Norse or Welsh ladies, you can still give them titles if you want, but it won't work. Oh hey, someone clearly thinks he can beat me now that I'm not warring regularly anymore. No worries, I'll just call in my 3 huge allies, including the guy who tried to take me over back in 871, and I'll get right back to my plans in no time. Playing diplomacy after spending so long as a martial leader is wild, by the way. Remember Ivar the Boneless? Yeah, here he is setting up a play date between our kids. Keep an eye on your character's health as she ages and throw hunts, feasts, and tours until you can afford the tradition. I ended up getting the last of my prestige by forming these duchies, which put me over the top. Once you make that selection, your matriarchy is secure. And with that, it's all done. Take your realm in whatever direction you'd like. Build tall, expand your reach to all of Britannia like I plan to do in a future video, or if you want to convert back to Catholicism so you can take part in crusades, go for that. Until then, let me know what you thought of this guide, and tell me if you'd like more of a true beginner's guide to the game that goes over warfare, the council, heirs, and the like. A very special thank you to my 17 followers. If you want to support this channel in other ways, I have a Ko-Fi now linked below. Until next time, I'm LadyPrimoris, and thank you for watching.